What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. It seems like we have a look at the HUD, and more specifically, mainly with this, is the spells, equipping spells to your character, and it looks like you can have 4 of them. Now, there's a lot of people to thank for this. There's a German YouTube channel that I think actually broke this down. The Hogwarts Legacy Reddit is thanking Bubbles, Slew, and Darkstar. These are people, I think, on the official Hogwarts Legacy Discord. They were able to find this, so there's a lot of people to thank, and not me, definitely not me. So I want to thank everybody who did their detective work here, and this was in the State of Play, that was shown back in March. I'm not sure whether it was only the German one, or maybe it's also the English one, but there's one frame where if you brighten it up, you can actually see it. I guess it's very, very dark, and if you brighten it, you can find it. People did their detective work, and again, it's real. I guess that's the main thing, right? Because you could look at it and say, wow, that looks exactly like Dead by Daylight. So to me, looking at this picture right now, that bottom right looks exactly like the perks that a survivor has in Dead by Daylight. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I know I saw some people saying that maybe those were placeholder images, like the actual images of the spells. Maybe they're going to be updated over time. I guess from when they showed the State of Play or when they captured that versus when we actually get the game. Maybe. I don't. I think some people aren't really a fan of how those images look. I don't care. I think they look okay. But to me, it's more of a thing where we actually get to see it, right? Not even necessarily what the spells are. We can talk about that too, but the point is we have 4. Now, I think I'd have to go back to check, but many months ago, we had talked about maybe equipping spells, and I think I said 4. I feel like 4 is very realistic because you can imagine them mapping on the triggers. Maybe, they don't have to be like R1, R2, L1, L2, or, RT, RB. They don't have to be that. They could be technically like X, circle, triangles. Like they could be that stuff. I think they'll be the triggers. They seem to have a cooldown, right? So you use them, it goes away. The far right one, you can't tell what it is. I don't think anybody's actually been able to tell. But that's because it was just used, and it was used, I believe, in an offensive point of view. So, that makes sense to me. I think 4 is fine. Now, I don't want to be confusing. I think maybe I was confusing on Twitter. I think you'll have more spells at your disposal at all times, but these are the ones that are literally equipped to you. So I guess what I'm saying is, I still think it's possible that maybe there's like a wheel, some sort of wheel, or even if you imagine like the Witcher, right? That's how you pick the Witcher things, in his spells and even his potions and stuff. Maybe there's a wheel, and you have, say, oh god, maybe you have like 20 spells, right, around this circle, and then you map the buttons. Actually, I think it would be like Mass Effect 3. I'm pretty sure Mass Effect 3, you'd have all the abilities, right? Like Shepard and your companions would all have all the abilities, and then you can map, hey, if I press square, that means this person is going to do a certain thing, but you can't have all of them active, right? In that game, I think it was maybe you have 6 or 7 abilities. You can maybe only have 3 or 4 active at a time. I could see that for this, right? You pull up a wheel, there's like a list of like 20 spells, all nice. You can see the images for all of them, and then you label them. I want this spell to be L1. I want this spell to be R2, right? And then it maps on that bottom right, the image that you see in the State of Play. That's what I imagine we're going to be able to do, which I think is completely fine. It's a big deal because like this has been right under our noses for like, oh god, I'm bad with months, but like 3, 4, 5 months we've known about this, and nobody's actually nobody's technically known about it. But in terms of the spells themselves, and I will quote Jordan here, Sith Morrison over on Twitter. He said to me, looks like the top one is Lumos, the left one is Wingardium Leviosa, and the bottom one is Accio. The one on the right is Invisible, probably because it's an offensive spell. That seems to be right. Again, like I like it. I like the images. I think they're kind of flashy. They're very, very colorful. I don't mind if they're changed. And again, when I'll tell you a really quick story, and then we'll leave, and you guys can enjoy the rest of your day or night. I thought it was originally fake. When I was shown this image, I had to ask the question to Twitter, is this real? Because it really did look like Dead by Daylight to me. Like, I thought it was just somebody who put pictures of spells in the bottom right and called it a day. But it's real. It's definitely real. Now, maybe that's a bad thing. The way I kind of like just imagined that it wasn't real. But also that could have been me conditioned, by the internet. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, all of that good stuff. Thank you to all of the soldiers and the warriors out there and detectives, really, that put all this stuff together. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.